Pikipoki, or The Monster Under My Bed. Are you lying comfortably? Take your time to adjust your blanket. I will wait in the meantime, because relaxation should not be forced. And if you are ready now, I would like to invite you on a journey. On a journey under my bed. Normally, I have a rather deep sleep, and nothing can wake me. But some time ago, a strange noise woke me from my dreams in the middle of the night. I heard snoring and sniffling, creaking and cracking. It sighed and purred, bumped and rumbled. At times it got louder, and then quiet again in a steady rhythm. My first reproachful glance fell on my big teddy bear next to me in bed. "Would you please stop doing that?" I said. "I want to sleep." But the bear just kept staring at me with its shiny black eyes, and its empty gaze told me that it was not the cause of the strange noises. So I turned to the picture hanging on the wall next to my door. The lady depicted there was dreamily looking up into the right corner of a frame, as always, as if her thoughts were catching there and eventually resting themselves. Neither was she the culprit. Now I got curious. Where could these strange noises be coming from? I got out of bed as quietly as I could and stood in the middle of my bedroom. The indirect light of the moon had bathed it in a milky white and made everything look otherworldly and magical. For a moment, I thought maybe I was still dreaming, but after a short pause, the noise started again. I turned in the circle, but it neither got louder nor softer. Finally, I stretched onto my tiptoes and then slowly sank down until I was kneeling in front of my bed. The smacking, murmuring, snuffling and whistling grew louder. I lay flat on my stomach and looked under my bed. Between a nail and a splinter of wood, I spied a tiny hammock, no bigger than my pinky, bathed in the dim moonlight. Inside was a tiny monster with tousled, shaggy fur. In fact, all I saw was fur. A small, fluff ball snoring through the night. Curious, I nudged my unfamiliar roommate with a finger. The little creature stretched and smacked its lips and then slowly and awkwardly sat up. When it saw me, a startled squeak escaped it. "Hello, little one. Who are you?" I asked. The shaggy creature introduced itself to me as Pikipoki. We decided to continue our talk in the kitchen. I went ahead and pondered what I could offer Pikipoki to drink, and above all, what it could drink from. My glasses were definitely too big. I finally found a thimble in my kitchen drawer. I gave it a good wash in the sink and then put 2 drops of milk in it. For myself, I poured a small glassful and then sat down at the kitchen table. At that moment, Pikipoki came into the room and cheerfully walked towards me. I bent down to offer a helping hand, but the fluffy creature went to one of my chairs and climbed up the carved ornaments there, nimble as a weasel. I marveled and watched how agile Pikipoki moved. It must have been here a long time already, for it seemed to know its way around my furniture quite well. As soon as it settled down, I handed the thimble to Pikipoki, and for a moment we just eyed each other in silence. "How long have you been here?" I finally asked. Pikipoki bobbed its head as it considered my question. Eventually, it shrugged and sipped the milk. "And what are you doing here?" was my next question. Again, the little head turned first left, then right, in a meaningless, slow gesture. "And how long do you intend to stay?" That the little creature could answer immediately. It gulped down the milk, scooted back down the chair, and motioned for me to follow. Together, we went to my dresser, and Pikipoki disappeared beneath it. I didn't know whether the little monster expected me to follow, so I stood there for a few moments, treading from one foot to the other, and finally kneeling down. Pikipoki peeked out from under the dresser and excitedly motioned for me to hurry up. So I lay flat on my stomach and tilted my head to the side so I could see under the heavy furniture. There, Pikipoki had built a small workshop out of all sorts of things. I saw an empty matchbox that seemed to serve as a table, a pushpin that presumably simulated some kind of screwdriver, a hammer that was nothing more than a large pebble attached to a toothpick with a dab of glue, and my long-lost superglue. That was there as well. Pikipoki proudly showed me what it was working on. I saw a beautiful little chair made from woven straw and toothpicks. I saw a table made out of a coin and wire. Currently, the project seemed to be a small 4-poster bed. "I see," I said. "You still need time to finish your own home." Pikipoki nodded eagerly and smiled proudly. That got me thinking. Didn't I have an old doll's house in the attic? And wasn't there some furniture as well? I felt my eyes grow heavy while thinking and blinked. "Maybe I can help you, but tomorrow. I am much too tired for today." Pikipoki gave me an excited nod before rubbing its own eyes. Together, we returned to the bed, and I helped the soft creature back into the hammock. Then I wished Pikipoki a good night and climbed into bed myself. Soon I could hear the soothing noises of the little fluff ball again, and fell asleep myself, full of anticipation for what the next day might bring.